Here we are tonight to celebrate and venerate a spiritual leader who has the deepest well of goodness and kindness of anyone that I have ever met, whose lifelong journey of giving and loving is a beacon for our faith and humanity alike, through whose veins flows a river of the richest empathy. Thank you, Panayotade, for your decency, which is relentless, and your goodness, which is boundless. Now, towards the end of our lives, I believe we are but the sum of all we have given, not a subtraction of what we have taken. I think it's hard to find someone who has given more and taken less in his life than His All-Holiness. A rich and profound life of giving and loving. My family and I, my colleagues, the value system we represent are proud to host you all today. We've come a long way from my father growing up in East Africa, poor. My mother growing up in Wales, poor. But they were rich. They were wealthy. They were wealthy because they had values, community, drive, the motivation that resides within the descendants of the oppressed, the resilience of those same descendants who survived terrible tragedies, and the gratitude that comes from the understanding of that very history. They were wealthy because they were not denied the opportunity to endure. Neither were my brothers and I, but very grateful we all are for that. It is through enduring that we can access that deeper philosophical wisdom and gratitude which resides within us all. Our story is the perpetual Greek immigrant story, turbocharged by the possibilities afforded to us by this greatest of country we are in. Our story is your story. It's the same story. The story of the Greek immigrant. Don't burden us with undue ease. Don't look down at us. Don't deprive us of the opportunity to earn freedom from our ancestral mortgages. No, don't. Κάθε εμπόδιο καλό, κάθε άνεση για κακό. I believe it. My family believes it. It is the reason the Greek peoples survived and ultimately prospered. If it was κάθε εμπόδιο για κακό, κάθε άνεση για καλό, survived, we would not have. Now, gratitude can be a grandchild of history. Why? Because understanding where we have come from, what our people endured, what torturous and continuous suffering they braved, yet survived, well, it breeds perspective. And of course, perspective can breed gratitude. Now, can you be happy if you feel ungrateful? I think not. Are not gratitude and service the bedrocks of happiness? Does this not drive to what is the meaning of a rich life? Why my parents who grew up with nothing also grew up with everything. Nothing. No money. Parents fighting in wars. Sometimes no food. Being looked down upon for being Greek. It's a story you all know all too well. Yet, everything. community, brotherhood and sisterhood, faith, gratitude, humanity, purpose, ambition to fight for a better life, and the ability to do so. Why the ability? No occupation, no famine, no disease, no massacres. They came before, as we all know. Now, life is not perfect. It is the strive for perfection that can be perfect. It is the familial bonds that can be perfect. It is moments that can be perfect. Like this one. A perfect moment in time. Here we are. Against many odds, we are here. And no one today has had it easy, avoided suffering, seen blessings become curses, and often curses become blessings. Allow me, please, to share a story about nothing and everything. A few months ago, I visited a facility in Panama. My beautiful wife is half Panamanian, as many of you know. I'm always happy when people clap for Nitzia. I visited a facility in Panama for young children suffering from cancer and undergoing chemotherapy. Called Van Leek, it's mostly focused on providing accommodation and psychological support for the children and their families. For mindset drives outcome. Psychological support drives mindset, and community drives psychological support. The first family I met with was a young mother with her 2-year-old child. Due to cancer, the child had lost both her eyes. She couldn't see. Yet, both mother and child were full of joy. Full of joy. The gratitude in the eyes and soul of the mother was just unforgettable. Her daughter had survived. She lives. Then we went to a room with 5 to 6 young children, all under the age of 5, all with no hair, all undergoing chemotherapy. As soon as we walked in, a young boy called Simon, aged 4 years old, walked right up to me and held my hands. He turned around and faced his friends, still holding my hands. We stayed that way for 15 minutes. Indeed, Van Leek is a place where great pain is overcome by great love. So what does everything mean? And what does nothing mean? Community, faith, gratitude, love, humanity. And given my history growing up, I always feel at home in such places. As many of you know, I was a sick child. I did not have cancer, but I was sick, often very sick. The sick child does not understand fully what is going on. I know. The sick child can be one of the happiest children. I know. When I look back, I don't see pain and hurt. I see love. I see happiness. Yet I nearly died many times. But I was loved unconditionally by many, including doctors and nurses. As a sick child, should I not have been devastated and sad? I was not. Should Simon not be devastated and sad? He was not. The reason was and is due to unconditional love and community like ours. His All-Holiness leads us all spiritually. He's not solely a reminder of the standards we should all aspire to hold ourselves to. He is the embodiment of those very standards, the spiritual connector of all our people and faith around the world. As my soulmate, wife, best friend, and more, Nitzia has put it so well, life is not supposed to be easy, and faith can make the difference between giving up or moving forwards. Faith. Σας ευχαριστούμε πάρα πολύ για την αγνότητά σας, την ευγνωμοσύνη και την μεγαλοπρεπής καθαρότητα. What my family and I did in our lives so far was because of the pain, not in spite of the pain. There is a difference. Because of the difficulties that those who came before us endured, not in spite of those difficulties. Because it was not easy, not in spite of it not being easy. There is a difference between accepting the suffering life throws at us as a mechanism to try and become better, versus resigning to those very same sufferings and being tempted to become bitter. Bitter or better? There is a choice. Now, talking about choices, the wrong choice is cruelty. It's the wrong choice. I often think about cruelty and how it's possible for people to be cruel. My conclusion, after having thought about this for many years, is I don't know. And I don't want to know. I will never understand, and I don't want to. It is our responsibility to, I believe, still have the capacity to be kind, even when others are cruel to us. That is a high bar, but hatred begets hatred. And I've observed that the happiest people are those who give more than they take, alongside loving what they do. Our march to better societies is perpetual. It will never end. But oh boy, let us look back over our shoulders and be grateful from whence we have come. The pendulum of good and evil swings throughout the ages. The evil our ancestors had to fight, the good our descendants will have to keep protecting. How blessed are we to be alive during this time. Because of the wondrous progress of humankind, and in spite of the constant negative news we read and see. Ladies and gentlemen, we have much to be grateful for, including tonight, celebrating and rejoicing in the remarkable life of the leader who, to me, as I said, has the deepest well of goodness and kindness of any person I have ever met. Maybe it's just that simple, really. Thank you, Panagiotate. Thank you all. Have a wonderful evening. Indeed, a perfect evening. Thank you.